chaotic Hello, chaotic bystanders, and welcome back to another episode of Total Party Chaos. You're joining us on episode 34, and I am your keeper of chaos, Billy Visnaw. And tonight, I am joined by our chaotic cast, minus two, unfortunately, which we love you, Doll and Ash. So, Haley and Nat, kick butt. We'll see you guys next week. But in the meantime, if you guys want to take a second and cast, please introduce yourselves, your characters, and what's your favorite thing about adventuring tonight?
Hello, my name is Jacob, or JC, and I am playing Dante Smoke Spy, and you call this adventuring? I think this is just a fucking fantastic time. It's after the adventuring, if I have to answer, where the bar comes into play.
Hi, howdy, I'm Sabrina, aka BBEG Brina, and I play Eliana de la Luna. And Eliana's favorite thing about adventuring is, to her, it's like a fireworks show, right? You see all of the different colors, but instead of fireworks, she sees souls. So she gets to see a million different colors, flavors, varieties, bursts of souls when she adventures.
And hey everybody, my name is Seth, and I'm playing Rotmire Vilebane. And, Rotmire's only ever experienced two things in his life. One is genocide, and the other is staying in a nice clinic. And so, I would say his favorite thing about adventuring was staying in a clinic.
Oh, shit.
You know what?
I never know if the
How is that the most wild
life
one
is a
done?
box of chocolates, and you never know what you're gonna get. You know.
I know we're never gonna get the same chocolate, but that didn't set a genocidal chocolate.
Yeah, that's.
Well, I'm Billy. I don't adventure. I'm just a guy. I just go to work, and I come back, and it's a good time. But, rolling right into what we're doing tonight, who wants to do our fantastic recap before we get into some of the cooler things tonight? We didn't decide this off camera, so I'm very excited to see who picks it.
Everyone just looks at each other. No, I'm just waiting for both of them to look at me.
We are. You just
Looking right
can't
into my
tell.
camera, so I'm technically always looking at you.
Technically always looking right at me. Well, let's see what I can pull off for this, as I am recruited.
Ooh.
Last,
Go ahead.
we left off on our journey through total party chaos. Our band of misfits were, well, arguing with not just each other, but the residents of the clinic and Rotmire's previous, I guess, band that he was working with. We haven't quite figured that out, of how these two slot together. Rotmire was very angry at the captain for working with a member of the Thorns, as they are a ruthless group of people that would even put Dante to shame in how violent they are. However, the captain still wanted us to decide if we were willing to accept her tickets to the gala so that we could kill this member of the Thorn and find out what they were doing. Not the member of the Thorn, but just in general, because it was this weird kind of gala where it's set up for people to enjoy themselves and to hear a big news coming from Jotarian. Our group met outside of the captain's office, stated that she was being quite rude to Rotmire specifically, but also to every one of us. And one by one filtered back in to pop our heads through the door, say, we're willing to do this, where then we went into a loop where she said, well, I wanted to see all of you do it. So then another one of us popped in, said, I'm good for it. She asked again until each of us eventually filed back into the room, accepted it. We started getting disguises as two people are hardened criminals, and they're not the two people you thought they'd be, as Eliana and Rotmire currently have their faces posted along the dome for all to see, with some minor costume reconstruction, some makeup on unwilling Dante, and new clothes for everyone everyone is sufficiently disguised. But before we could make our next plan of action, a commotion was heard outside as, oh god, I don't even know how to say Eliana's relationship with that poor sot that got assaulted by the thorn, but he had run out of the medical bay and caused some sort of issue, we can only assume. And that is where we left off.
Thank you.
Back to you.
Appreciate you. Oh, fancy colors. All right. Well, picking up, before we get into the rest of our stuff, we do have a lovely message from our sponsor for tonight, so stay tuned for this very quick, awesome, personally crafted advertisement for Into the AM. Go enjoy. It's very fun. Chaotic adventurers. Your journey doesn't just end at the table, it's a lifestyle. And whether you're delving into dungeons, exploring the unknown, or just kicking back at the tavern for a nice cold glass of steed milk, Into the AM has the gear to match your vibe. With epic designs, premium comfort, and the styles that fit every class, their apparel is perfect for any quest, on or off the battlefield. So if you're ready to level up your wardrobe, use our code on their website for 10% off your next order. Get a beautiful hat, just like this beautiful guy right here. I might be a little biased. Sorry, he is, wow, stunning. Oh man, gee.
First.
All right. We forgot to mention something in the recap. Let me go gray real quick, just so we can mention it once. Go for it. What did we forget?
There was a feeling stick, and we talked about having a girly pop sleepover. It's so disrespectful and honestly anti-feminist that JC forgot to say that.
I fucked up.
Like, oh.
Yeah, whole makeover montage.
A whole montage. So
I talked about the makeover montage. Shit.
Too late. We're going out of recap. So, all right, we're back. Now you can't recap anymore. All right, getting back into it. Lastly, the only other thing I really want to mention, we do have a Discord, but I kind of want to talk about something a little bit bigger tonight that we did just actually launch. If anybody is super interested in our Patreon, I don't have a really fancy Patreon thing, but we did just actually launch a fantastic campaign, which I tell you about right now. We do have the Tales Patreon podcast, which is an actual play audio only, one of our first for Tales, which we usually do all video stuff, is coming out only on our Patreon. So if you love to hear some really cool stuff, there's a great cast of people. We have some guest stars, we have some people that threw in, and some fantastic role-playing being done by all. The first time that, well, Melissa has been a GM on our team before, but this is her first solo jump into it, as somebody that's kind of like mainstaying the run. So, not a one-shot, full actual campaign. So go check out Liberty to All, GM'd by Melissa, and a great cast of people that you can find out about on our Patreon, because I'm not going to tell you the cast. That ruins the surprise. That's not fun or cool or hip or savvy. Go check it out. But seriously, they do have a lot of really cool stuff coming out. I know they're doing a whole month of, I believe, prologue episodes that all lead into kind of their backgrounds and stuff. So if you're really interested in some really cool audio-only campaigns, please go check that out. Finally, with all that being said, oh yeah, the end of this. Pick up your smut books. Save your swamps. It's time for another episode of Total Party Chaos. Muffin Lovin' Transition, baby! Transition! This is embarrassing. Transition.
It happens.
Hey, you know what? It Boom, we're back. It's technical difficulties and not because I didn't name the scene. Alright, let's get back into where we picked up last time. Let me actually turn this up just a tad. Alright, picking back up. The group of you were in the abandoned clinic as you guys were all discussing basically your entry into the gala. The last thing that you guys heard were the voices getting louder and louder outside, as you all know that Riven went missing moments before. The group of you are still standing inside right now. I believe the captain was just talking to you moments before that. I don't know if they're in the room with you at the moment, as they kind of like quickly ran out into the hallway to see if they can look through the windows. But that leaves you guys all in the little infirmary room that you guys were initially in together. So
The window room even have infirmary? Fuck. The infirmary even have windows? I just had a stroke.
infirmary does not.
The window room has no
The
infirmary.
window room has no infirmary, no medical
no
supplies at
infirmary.
all. It's just glass. Fucking glass and sand.
When Eliana realizes that it's most likely 100% Riven out there, she is rubbing her temples.
Well, he's gone.
I will head out there and see what's going on, though, just in case.
Is there a back way?
Is there a back way?
Back way out. We probably shouldn't go through the front.
There is a way that you guys could go further in. At the moment, Captain Dunswell did run up to like the windows, kind of like peeling back a little piece of the board to like look through and see what they can see outside, because all the windows happen to be boarded on this building.
If you would like to check for a back entrance, I think one of us should check out the front just in case.
Okay. Be safe.
I will head to the front.
Eliana will run to try and find a back exit.
I'll go with Eliana.
Give me just a moment, team. I am.
How could you?
No, sorry, everyone.
We did
Just look up to
The
the...
disrespect of
transition.
needing a second. Like,
You know,
All I imagine
I
is
never
the
have met
campaign
anyone ever who needs a second.
We're running to look
That
for
makes sense.
something, and all of a sudden it freeze frames, and you watch Dante's head just look up, straight up at the ceiling.
Yeah.
And say, how could you?
There's like a buffering icon.
Yeah.
Why is there a Windows Explorer
Just here.
icon?
it's fine. This is a lame
Guys,
thing
we
anyway.
love Billy, be fair.
Yeah,
This is a
totally.
lame thing anyway.
I feel it. All right, picking back up. So in the main area, there aren't windows, but you can technically peek out the front of the building. But it's literally the doors you guys came in through. So to like get a view outside, you would have to poke your head out to kind of be able to see past the two double doors. If you go into the back of into the clinic right now, I just need to know marching order, and if you're taking the left path closest to the left side of the lobby, or the right path that is closest to the right side of the lobby, because there's no better way to explain that.
I understand perfectly. I mean, you started running first. Did you want to split up?
Yeah, let's. Eliana sees that there's multiple ways, and she says, "We have to get out there quick, so one of us will find it." And she'll run down the right way.
Going left.
Okay. I will say, Dante, as you're running to the left side, you seem to be coming at a dead end with a turn that seems to go into the right. Eliana, as you're making your way directly down the right path, you see what seems to be a closed door on the right side. It's the only door you guys haven't opened. You opened the little infirmary area, the infirmary where Riven was, and then there's another door that's kind of set apart.
Just in case, Eliana will knock on the door. Pardon me, is there anybody in there?
You don't know if it's the accent or if it's just, whoever's inside. No, but nobody does respond.
Eliana opens it.
As you open it, and not to sound anti-dramatic, but it's a door directly ahead of you, and then there's a door on the left side.
Straight. I'll go straight.
Straight, you go directly straight, and you go what seems to be into like another infirmary with a turn on the left side. Dante, the only way that you see through right now, you see Eliana a little bit ahead of you as she just went through the door, as that just kind of rounds the bend to where she's at now.
To where I am? Yep. So she's gone in this nice little circle.
No, I'm sorry, you've gone all the way around, and she just went through like the closest door on the right. It takes you back to those doors, so you're a little bit behind Eliana at this point.
Okay, so going left and back to that right just spins me back around to where she is.
Spins you around. There is
All right.
two doors on the right of you, but they're cracked open, and it just seems dark in that room.
Nothing good comes out of darkness. Well, if she's working on going straight and she hasn't run into a runaround, I can go through that other door that she's not going through.
Okay. You will go and open it up. Before I describe that, Rotmeyer, you're going through the front right now. As you're kind of peeking up to the front, you see Captain Dunswell is like pretty focused on like a tiny little chip in the wood to just see outside.
Also remembering that I have to change my voice now that I'm painted up. I have like one of those, like those missile switches where you have to like flip open the cap and then press the button. I have one of those little things. I press it. And I'll go up behind the captain. Need any help? Looking outside?
And she looks back at you.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Good? Gucci?
Oh, no, we're good. Haley's in.
Yeah, Haley's in.
We will be right back, everybody. 2 seconds.
Welcome.
Stay tuned. 1, and wait. Okay, we are back, but I just want to do it because I didn't do it right the first time. Muffin Love and Transition. That cupcake is fucking beautiful. I don't care what anyone says. All right, picking back up in the very dramatic scene that we were definitely
I'm just
in.
glad Haley got to see the first time that happened on your first try.
Hey, listen, the little cupcake deserves some goddamn cherishment. All right, picking back up. So you guys are still inside of the. Oh, but yeah, fucking Haley's here. I'm so sorry, everybody. Welcome, Haley. I'm a jerk. That. Hell yeah.
I'm here on time in Australia.
What a succinct way to let everyone know how bad we fucked up.
It's okay. I'm a
What's
silly goose.
What's Ash's favorite thing about adventuring?
Very true.
About adventuring.
Adventuring, yeah. And apostrophe, adventuring.
On the spot.
So this is her first experience adventuring. She is a diplomat. She's gone from city to city, traveling with a company, and if not her brother. So she is most of the time well prepared for what she's doing. And so this is the first fly by the seat of her pants thing that she's ever done, which is why she's actually having so much fun and ignoring her mother so much.
Yeah, putting the phone on airplane mode during a vacation, I get it.
Yes, that's exactly what's happened, and Mum's upset.
Just, oh, I love it. Keep ignoring her. It's only gonna get better. I'm here for it.
It's only gonna get better.
Alrighty. Everybody cool to pick back up where we're at? Rock on. Okay. Going back into the scene. So, Eliana, you're going straight. Dante, you're behind. Rotmeyer, you're at the front doors right now. Ash, I'll say you got a little bit of a late start, and you see Rotmeyer and Captain Dunswell standing at the front doors after you heard that like chaotic scream outside between whoever was at the gate, and everybody's assumptively guessing it's Riven, but nobody knows. And you've seen Dante and Eliana kind of make their way towards the back of the building.
I trust they know what they're doing, and I'm going to go in the same direction that Rotmeyer goes, but I'm going to be stealthy about it. So I'm going to be at the back, keeping an eye and doing my best to just like watch the situation rather than get too involved at the moment, because I'm a squishy gal. Not too bad, actually.
Super fair. Rotmeyer, back to you.
Yep, doing it loud. Captain, something wrong going on outside?
She kind of looks at you. And she goes, I'm pretty sure that's Riven outside right now.
Oh goodness. Well, let me see if I can help you get a look outside. Just kind of wedge a finger in there and try and pry down one of the plywood panels.
Go ahead and roll me like a athletics or like a just flat strength check to just kind of like break off a little piece of this.
Alright. That's a nat 20 for a 26.
In cool fashion, describe to me how you yanked this plank off with that nat 20.
I think, like I mentioned, Rotmeyer's a big guy, so I think he just kind of just as I'm talking to her and I've seen that they're kind of struggling with it, just kind of slide a finger and just not even pay attention to it. It's like, oh, there you go.
She watches you pull the thing off. Thank you. That was a lot more of a visual than I needed, but I respect. Mm-hmm. And she kind of puts her head to the window. The group of you, Rotmeyer, you can also kind of see out right now. Ash, it's a little kind of covered up because you're behind Rotmeyer and Dunswell, and it's the only way to kind of see outside right now. What you see is a group of Synthvalen peacekeepers in their moccasins and all, kind of with some of their real high-tech or high arcanic looking shields that are kind of pulled all the way up. And you see some of them have their spears at the ready as they're kind of moving forward, seeming to form a small group outside. They aren't on the gate like manning post. They are kind of like pushing towards what seems to be an alleyway off to the side. But they're moving slowly, like they can see what's in there, or whatever's in there is just a little past sight, but they know there's a threat.
So, seeing that those synth Phelan and comparing their sort of visual aesthetic to mine, do I get an idea of how well I think I look like them? In case I wanted to, I don't know, go out there and stick my nose in it.
Oh, you
We did a pretty good job on the makeup.
Did we do a good job on that?
I think we did, yeah.
We did, yeah.
Group of you did do last time I remember.
Bunch
Yeah,
of checks. We're in full disguise right now.
yeah.
We all did great.
I would say it's up to
And you have
discretion.
moccasins on and everything.
You do.
Oh, I do have moccasins on. Okay, the disguise is
Yeah.
perfect. I will walk outside like I'm supposed to be there. Hands behind my back. I will take off the cape.
As the closest one behind you, you're not sneaking, right? You're just fully walking up down the path, like towards them.
I'm their commanding officer.
Okay. As the closest one in the back turns around with like his spear drawn and his shield kind of like pressed in, he looks at you and goes, "Stop!"
Who is it that you have back there? Oh, sorry. Who is it that you have back there?
Name and rank.
I really should have known I'd have to lie to someone. Okay. I put up my hand. And I dig deep into my Eddie Murphy files. I could tell you who I am, or you could stop wasting everyone's time and avoid getting written up.
I'm gonna need a deception check at disadvantage because you are coming. I will straight up say that was a solid ass walk up, but they are in the midst of like storming this alleyway right now.
Come on, double nat 20s. Double nat 20s. Double nat 20s. 9.
No!
That's a little bit far from double nat 20s.
Only 55% away from it.
The synth Phelan takes the butt of his spear, goes down to where his moccasins are, and like knocks a little dirt off it, and you see as they like glow and shine just a little bit, and he goes, "I'm gonna need you to say that again for me, friend."
How can I
Are
say
the
this?
moccasins haunted? What's happening?
It's very shiny.
I said, what is the commotion here, soldier?
He takes
You
a
are
step.
scaring the residents.
He steps towards you and he says, "I am no soldier. Respect the rank. Where are you from? And what area were you patrolling before this?"
Are all synth Phelan patrolmen, though?
If they're wearing moccasins, apparently.
Down in this area. Down in the lower city, a lot of them are
Okay.
patrol. They either patrol the wall or they patrol like the areas between the outposts.
Okay.
I will not say my name, but I patrol this area. Of course, that is why I'm here. What are you doing in my jurisdiction?
I'm gonna need another deception check at disadvantage.
way.
You're already not. You're not at a good height with this man, or a good level
Hell
with
no,
this
I'm
man
not.
right now.
But I never do this because I never play charisma characters. 11.
He looks back. He looks like there's a little bit of commotion going on, and you hear, "I think he's behind the. I think he's just a little bit further back. Be careful!" And, like as you hear, like a little bit ahead, as they're kind of commotioning down the alleyway that he's standing in front of, talking to you right now. Look, I don't have a lot of time. We're in the middle of something big right now. Where's your partner?
The lies they compound. He is out sick. I'm gonna be wanted in 2 different identities.
Your partner, your synth-Phelan partner, is out sick.
They can't get sick.
Can I?
They can
try some-
suffer illness, can they not? And I say that we can suffer illness, can we not?
And like he like pulls 2 off like the back flank, and they kind of like surround the sides. And he goes,
I have no exit plan, everyone.
I
Remember what I said about Freebird?
Roll the dice. Loosey goosey tonight.
yeah.
I think we should probably go to the outpost and get a little bit more information from you, friend.
If you wish to waste everyone's time, very well.
I wish. And you see as the 2 both come around and like get on each side of you, Rotmeyer, and then the one that you're talking to like kind of leads from like he gives it like a little nudge forward, and he goes onward and pushes you down the path south. You know, I will tell you based on where you're at right now, he's giving you like a shove towards. Let me make sure that I have the right. He's giving you a shove towards the closest outpost, which there's 2 outposts south of you right now, so you don't know which one you're technically going to.
Mm-hmm. I should have found a teleportation spell of some kind.
Can I try something, please, to help my companion that seems to be floundering in this moment?
The worst possible idea.
As I'm like watching in the shadows, I would like to pull out my book, and I would like to write to my mother, and I would like to write, I need you right now, and if you want me to help you get what you want, you need to give me back what you took from me. Please. And I send it, and then I, without waiting for a response, because I don't have time, I want to dive and grab Rotmeyer, and I don't know. Do you want to run away, or shall I get us away? I don't know what to do in this moment. What do you? I don't
I'm sorry.
know.
This was the. I did not play.
Is he being held? Is he being like held? Is he got like? Or
I think they
can
have like
we?
a hand on me.
I'd say the one in the back has a hand on you. The probably a little bit more like statured of the 2. Of the 2 on the sides. The other 2 on the sides are kind of built enforcers a little bit, and they are like pressed up against you as they're walking forward. Like triangle shape with Rotmeyer in the middle, in the front.
Okay. Alright, so they've got him trapped well enough that running away is not going to be an option.
Yes.
So I would like to, if I could, in my full disguise, bustle through, like, from the shadows. Like, I turn down an alleyway and I bustle through, and as soon as I can make contact with Rotmeyer, I'm praying that my mother is going to help me, and I want to cast Dimension Door on the 2 of us back into the clinic.
Your book glows, but if you're not paying attention to it, you're just walking forward, then I am all here for it. So
yeah,
completely...
I mean, if she responds straight away, I will look at it, because, like, I'm there, but if it takes longer than the few moments they take to walk towards me or past me, then I can't wait. So
I would say right now, your book glows. That's completely up to you if you want to open it as you go forward.
yeah, I open it. Yes.
Okay. As your book glows all the way through, you see active devotion, smiley face. And that's all you see.
Oh, sorry. I misheard you, I think. And I was like, what does active devotion mean? And then I realized you meant act of devotion.
It says active devotion with a little tiny smiley face at the end.
Oh, God. Can I, like, how... Is it a thing that Ash could give up another spell slot to like send her mother power or something like that?
I would say,
Or how, if I like drained it, not used it, maybe that would be something that I could do, but I don't know what else I would do.
I would say she took away, and I will say, like, it doesn't even have to be a spell slot, doesn't have to be anything. If you do want it to be a spell slot, she took your power from you, which is, like, I would assume taking a battery and then, like, giving a battery back to somebody. Like, she's just probably going to take a percent.
Magic as a person, I have an innate magic in me, so I do have, like, something to give her. So I do that. I want to drain myself. So maybe I'll give her some of my hit points.
Okay.
What D20? What D would suffice? What would appease my mother? DM.
I think the conversation you had was rough. Like that's a D20, probably.
A D20.
I'd say a D20 and a D4.
And a D4.
Mm-hmm.
Minimum 2.
No, 14 points. 14 on the die, 1 on the D4, so.
14 points as you feel like the air almost come from your lungs. There's like a moment that you just feel that fire like rising through your chest as it kind of takes those hit points away. As you go to like move and do something, your powers come back to you.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm going... If I jumped in earlier, I was hoping I could pretend to be your partner and disguise self, but it's too late, I think. So I'm just going to dimension door the two of us out of there, as long as you are willing. You know the disguise I was wearing, so...
Yeah, I am willing, but I think as you pull me through, I'm like, what is this? What's going on? Unhand me. I'm a guard.
I need one last deception check. Fucking, please, just so that. Yeah, no, absolutely not. There's not a chance. You can make it worse.
No,
that dimension door's fucking.
Because the way that I am actually grabbing Rockmeyer is I'm like, like so he can't.
That might make it better. They can't hear him as well.
Yeah, if you want to cover my mouth so I can't say it, but I'll still like flail a little, not like hard enough to fight you.
You showed up, talked about a Synphalin having a cold, and then you get wheeled away by a magical door in the sky, in the wall, in the fucking plane. Yeah, they're super suspicious right now, no matter what. Go ahead.
I rolled an 8.
As you get pulled away, and like you kind of like go give your speech that almost gets a little muffled, but they hear just enough of it. You get pulled into the dimension door. You hear, "Don't let him get away!" As you guys get pulled away before you have a chance to react.
As soon as we exit the dimension, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Everyone else gets to go out and make all these big moves. I wanted to make a big move. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No. It was wonderful. You just went wrong with what you were saying. That's all. Just everything that you were saying was wrong, but everything else was great. You looked great.
If I can be honest, great. I didn't think that they would ask who I was.
I think you went out there with a bit too much oomph. I really appreciated how confident you were. No. I think the confidence was fantastic, but just not for the moment. I think it needed to be a bit more. Did you even see me leave? See? Sneaky. I didn't even have to roll for it. That's how sneaky I was. The DM didn't even notice.
Thanks for the save.
No. I think you're good, but we're gonna have to change everything about both of our disguises. But it turns out I have magic back, and I do a little twist and prestidigitation, fireworks come out, and I'm stoked again.
If I notice, would your wounds be visible, or are you just like a little out of breath?
Yeah. Okay. I think I'd just be a bit out of breath, maybe a bit dizzy, and maybe pale, more pale.
Okay. Would it be fair to assess that I do see that something is sort of ailing Ash, so that I can in a non-meta way give you a heal here? Just a little cure wounds.
Put together well enough. And she doesn't want to. I think she's taking that 14 points with pride. at the moment because she was
Okay.
able to get you out of that situation. So I think that she just wants to hold on to that.
Gotcha. In that case, I think I'm just gonna kind of stand behind the counter, a little bit
Yeah.
away from the window.
We can do another sleepover dress-ups.
Yeah. We'll practice something so that I don't don't do it that bad again.
Yes. It's not bad. And now we're hiding inside. Fuck that. Good
I'm
luck
like-
to the other team.
I'm gonna try and file off some of the extra knots and knurls that I have on my armor, just to kind of get my silhouette look a little different.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Does that hurt?
Nope.
Oh, good.
Going to Dante and Eliana. Eliana, you are making your way into what seems to be a darker, like this part of the infirmary that you're walking down right now is not lit. Like, all the sides are kind of like extremely dark. At the far end, you see like a little bit of light coming from like the left side, but everything around you, you're kind of just like bumbling around. And do you have dark vision?
That's such a great question. I do. I have 60 feet of dark vision.
Okay, then you can see the bed. You can make out the beds. You can make out like some of the big like curtains that are kind of on rods right now. You can kind of make your way through pretty easily, all the way to the end of the hallway if you wanted to.
I am going to. Can I see like a pin or anything in like the vicinity that I can grab?
Like a writing pen, like a.
A writing pen, yeah.
I would say there's probably like some clipboards just scattered around and like some pencils kind of on top of a few different of those clipboards.
She grabs one and casts light on it, so that she can see everything better. Nobody's gonna jump scare her today.
There is some, but no, I'm kidding. As you as you move your wand, as you move your pencil that is lit up at the end about, it looks like a lot of the infirmary is pretty cleared out. You do see that same black and white tiled flooring with the long white walls kind of going all down, a little bit torn wallpaper and kind of shredded beds and sheets kind of going all the way through. But you can make it to the end. There doesn't look like any soul is here at the moment.
Are there any windows or anything in this room?
There are no windows in this room yet, but there is a little crack of light coming from all the way at the end on the left side.
Okay. Eliana goes towards the light.
Okay. Dante, on your side, as you open that door up, it seems like a lot of dead, there's soil kind of spread out all the way through. There's what seems to be almost like a covered kind of greenhouse area. You do see a lot of dead plants all around, and at the end the walls are kind of that same white that you're seeing all over the place. There is no light coming in, oddly enough.
Wow, these things are dead. Other than that, there are no windows or door in this room. It is a sectioned off singular room.
Roll me a perception check or investigation.
I would love to. Yeah. That's a 14.
14. Not that you can see. It looks
All
like a wall that goes all the way around.
File that away for later and close the door. If there's a path, she's probably found it, so I'm gonna go after her since that's the last door that I personally haven't gone through.
Okay. Dante, you're making your way. Eliana, there's a big crack. It's cracked enough that the light, so much light getting through does kind of take up the little bit of darkness that you're in right now. But it does seem like whatever door you're kind of getting to right now, it's a wooden door. It does seem like something is behind it.
Eliana knocks again. Knock, knock, knock. Anybody in there? Hello?
No response.
She's gonna try and kick it down.
Roll me an athletics check to kick this door down.
Okay. 16.
16. I'd say that's enough to move whatever is behind it as the door kind of like pushes open. Dante, on your side, you hear like a big kind of like crack, like something just kicked real hard down this hallway. Eliana, you at the end of the hall. It's a small hall. Like there seems to be what seems to like a door that's kind of blended into the wall on your left side. Ahead of you, there is like an open door, like a wooden door, kind of with like what seems to be almost like bars, like where the face would be at, but it is cracked open right now.
Sorry, my brain didn't process that.
That's okay. Small room. Straight ahead of you, there's a wooden door. On the left side, there seems to be kind of like it seems like it would go back the way you were coming from, but there is a door that is kind of like blended into the wall on your left side. No window on the right. Whatever light's coming, it's coming through that entryway. There's like what seems to be like a big spotlight kind of going right through that open wooden door.
Yeah, she's just gonna go follow the light.
Okay. As you make your way into the room, Dante, you are making your way down this infirmary hallway.
I'm following her.
As you head to the end of the hallway, you see the door that it looks like Eliana kind of pushed open. Eliana, as you kind of get past the spotlight, you notice you're back in what seems to be like another part of the infirmary. As you look kind of over on your left side, it looks like the doors are sealed from the inside. You have light on the tip of your pencil right now. You see what seems to be in the middle of the room, a long trigger warning for everybody at home. It's graphic description, but I'll make it as less graphic as possible. I just want to give everybody a second. There seems to be like a bed, like an interrogation bed in the middle of the room. And what is on there seems to be like black, like liquid on one side and like kind of like red blood, like kind of like mixed and pooled in between what is this like interrogation bed. There's a spotlight that's facing the door you entered, and then there's a spotlight that was like on top of that bed.
Eliana takes a second. Something in her, maybe it's something that she picked up when she looked at Dante's soul, wants to burn it down. She's so angry, and she feels like every time she finds a new ally in this situation, she can't tell if they're good or not. And seeing this feels like, great, now we're working for another set of bad guys. So incredible. And if Dante can see Eliana, he'd see that at her fingertips, like, not sparks, but little flames are coming out. She's just using the control flame spell, but it's a little bit out of her control. And then she sees it, and she goes and she grabs her hand, and the pencil drops to the floor. And she just kind of backs up from where she is.
I would say at this point, Dante, you make it past the little barrier. You walk in, if you're following where she went through, you would go through the doorway and the spotlight would be hitting you, but then you can make out Eliana on the left side of the spotlight.
Yes. Fuck. We have to move. We have to keep going. We have to address this later.
I know. I know.
Let me take the first steps for you, and I'm gonna fucking... There's no immediate door that we can see here, right?
There's 2 barricaded doors that, like, are on your left side. It seems like the doors that you've seen from back in the lobby, probably the other side of those doors.
Okay. Well, at this point, we're spending more time running back. And... I'm going to run up. I kind of skidded for a moment as I saw her in front of the table. And I think I'm going to, just as I said that, I'm going to jog up to her, the spotlight in the table. I'm going to summon the head of the flail in the palm of my hand, smash the glass of the spotlight, say, my fault, and we can't talk about this unless if it's just with Ash and Rot. Let's go. And I'm grabbing her hand, I'm going to pull her back, and we're going to start running back towards the front. If she'll let me, I'm going to try and pull you to the front, because I think that we're wasting time in the back.
Yeah. There's a moment in which it feels like she's going to plant her feet and start one of her yap rants at you. But she sees the broken glass and something in her calms down, and she lets you drag her.
Just a quick, easy smash the ball of the flail against it, grab you, pull you so that you're like a half step ahead of him, and as you guys make your way, as we make our way back through the door, running towards the front, I'm going to just pull to close the door. It's still like no longer locked, but the doors are not just swung open into the room as we wrap back to the front, because we ain't gonna find anything much better back here.
Ash Rotmeyer, and you guys are still inside. Dunswell, like you see, is kind of like still peering through the window, as she actually hasn't made a move.
How far have the synth Phelan moved up the alleyway? Are they gone now, or are they still just? Are they surrounding a building? What are?
There's like an alleyway in between like the wall and kind of where they were posted at. The group of them are moving more forward in the alleyway. You can see probably the last synth Phelan, but they are all like have their shields up, moving in kind of like a defensive position as they're making their way down the alleyway. The 3 that were escorting Rotmeyer are doing their best to kind of search the area right now.
And I'd be stepping far away from the window at this point. Well, we haven't made a whole lot of progress in trying to see what they're doing out there.
I mean, whatever they're doing, I don't think we're going to stop them anyway.
Well, are we going to want to? It might be Riven.
Yeah, we should follow them. But maybe a bit more stealthily. Can you do stealth?
Wide. Not really.
Do you have disadvantage when it comes to stealth, or are you just bad at it?
A whole lot of disadvantage.
Okay, alright. So not even making you invisible would help.
I mean, it would help, probably.
The big loud clanking noises, though, if that's the disadvantage, or
yeah, is there maybe like a trolley or something, or like a
Didn't we say we were going to fold you down into it? But let's
Yeah, turn me
recombobulate your figure and turn you into a cute little automaton.
Could they just like remove my head?
No, we're just like,
and put that
you've
in a
got
box.
2 joints in like, you've got your thigh and all those. So we just remove the thigh and remove the thing. And then now you're just Sean. You're a kid.
Is that something we can do in like 15 seconds?
I don't know.
I think it's gonna take a little bit of time. I would say if you guys do like take that, give me a check that would make the most sense to like end like.
How about if we are going to investigate? If you go and you get into any kind of trouble, I can cause a distraction and do something to help out that way. But going with you on a stealth mission would be suicide for both of us.
All right. Okay. Well,
if you want to go. I don't even know if we're going.
I mean, I could go. It's no issue for me, and I'm pretty good at talking myself out of situations. Well, that word didn't come out properly, but that's fine.
Literally one of us.
Yeah. All right. Well, if the others come back, or if they've taken the back door, I don't know exactly. I hope there is a back door. I guess we'll find out. Let them know where I am, and I'm going to hopefully be able to cast Disguise Self.
I would say there's a small flicker, but yeah, you're able to cast it.
Okay, so I have Disguise Self into, I don't know, I think just like a plain, like very plain commoner. No one that stands out. A hood, if people wear hoods around this place. I thought the Synthphalan population was a lot higher than only guards, so I think that I got myself confused.
No, it is. There are very much Synthphalans like roaming about. There is also a guard, like a peacekeeping unit.
Okay, and only the peacekeeping unit wear moccasins.
Correct.
That's where I got myself lost, I think.
The moccasins is the key. It's always the key indicator.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. And I'm going to follow the Synthphalan and where they're going, very stealthily.
As you're heading out the door, Ash, and to Rotmeyer, Dunswell turns back to Rotmeyer as you leave, Ash, and says, I need to let you know that whatever happens to Riven, while we very much appreciate everything he's done for us, if he spoils what is here at the clinic right now, we cannot let that happen. The mission is above the people that do it right now. Do you understand that?
All the more reason for us to retrieve him post-haste.
You cannot bring them back here, is what I'm telling you, Rotmeyer.
I don't respond to that.
Can Eliana hear this from around the corner?
Fucking booking it.
I'd say you guys probably are. Your guys' events were taking simultaneously, so I'd say at this point, yeah, you'd probably hear Dunswell saying that to Rotmeyer.
Eliana doesn't say anything. She just, like, squeezes Dante's hand so intensely that he probably has, like, claw marks in his hand.
Nice. I just think you're gonna hear, because we're still just gonna run. I don't see Ash anymore, so Rotmeyer, you're just gonna hear, "Where's Ash?"
She went off. Quietly, a little bit under my breath. She went off to go and see what the commotion's about. We think it might be Riven.
Good to know. Eliana, I'm gonna let go of your hand, so it is fully in your choice. You're not coming. You don't have to come with me. I'm just running past the two of them out of the door. As just you're squeezing on, and then all of a sudden my hand just opens, and the size difference of my hand just kind of naturally opens up your palm. It's like just out the door. I'm gonna check some stuff after that, but I'll leave the next thing to you, as I'm just gonna ball out the door.
Rotmeyer, would you like company, or I think I have an idea of how to get Riven out of this. What would you like to do, Ratmeyer?
I will help you out in whatever capacity I'm capable of. I think Rodmeyer's gotten a little gun shy about about taking the initiative on this.
You did say you were going to be prepared to make a distraction, so don't forget that.
I will be prepared to make a distraction.
Yeah.
If something happens, especially now that Dante is involved.
Well, I actually had an idea for a distraction right now. I'm going to try and get to high ground, hidden, and maybe make something that the guards would want to go to more than Riven.
Is it going to be a violent go-to or a distracting go-to? I'm
a very good shot.
Okay.
So it will be a minimal violence distraction.
Okay. I also have some distraction options. So I think hopefully our distraction options don't destroy the city.
Okay. Eliana kind of wipes off her palms. You see her reach into her bag that she's pulled like costumes and some other stuff out of. You see her ruffling through. The feeling stick pops out from the top of the bag. She ruffles more through, and she grabs what looks like the middle part of a crossbow, a longbow, and she starts unfolding it.
Is that a folding longbow?
It is. Do you like it?
I didn't know the technology existed.
It was a gift from my mentor.
That's so cool. Yeah, that's a real big bag.
Oh, well, it's really not that big. It's just I believe that everything we don't have the time for this. And Elliot goes out the door and is going to try and sneak to get to an area where maybe she can like climb up the side of the building or something, where she can get a like more long and wider array view of the town.
I will say, you could. There's a couple places you can go, and I'm going to give you the option based on the descriptions, because I actually think this is going to be a lot more fun than what we're going to do. So, on like directly, I'd say like close to the wall on the left side, more north, there seems to be what kind of looks like an old stoic like manor looking place that's like a little bit taller than most of the buildings that you see around. There are like taller, it's probably like a couple houses away, but it is high enough for you to do something on top of. And then closer to where the actual like entrance to the wall is, there's like kind of a lineup of smaller houses, but you wouldn't have the same eyesight that you have right now. And then there's like probably the Tipsy Trader, which is the next tallest building, and that's like, I'd say 3 buildings, but it's in the opposite direction of where you guys are at right now.
And did you say the manor was like abandoned, or is it like?
It looks like nobody has like used, like it just looks pretty stoic.
Okay, I'll go to the manor.
Okay, I need 3 stealth checks to get past any patrol that are on their way through. And then the last one I need at disadvantage, unfortunately.
I am so glad I didn't go with you.
3, 1. What's my stealth? +3. A dirty 20 with the 17. 2. A 5.
Cool.
And this one's a disadvantage. Oh, boo hiss. A 15 is the last one with advantage. Would have had it at 20.
Okay, I'd say you get past like one of the closest buildings. You kind of like skirt along it as you like hear a patrol kind of on one side of the building, separating yourself. You kind of keep yourself very close to the wall as you kind of narrowly make it down the cobblestone path. I'd say the second building you go to kind of like press yourself up against it, you're trying your best. You're focusing on the big manor, the stoic manor, as you kind of like take a step forward. You knock what seems to be kind of one of these like holographic displays as it kind of like flickers and like starts to like kind of slap against the building a couple times. Kind of like a metal plate that's just like attached to the building almost, and it hits and hits as you hear. Stop! Did you hear that? It's on the other side of the building.
Eliana puts her crossbow away, or her longbow away. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, I've caused such a ruckus! And she's like trying to put it back together. She's not trying to hide, she's just gonna like let them find her like this.
Ma'am, you know there's criminals around here right now. Are you okay?
There's criminals around here? I had no idea, no. I am so sorry. I always end up lost. This city is so confusing to me. No matter how long I'm here, I swear.
You a traveler from the outside? Where are you from?
I am a traveler from the outside, but I got here a while ago. I was looking for work, and then it seemed like every time I tried, every time I went to go to the place, they didn't have work, and then now I go there, and there's nobody there. So I haven't been able to find anything. Do you know of any work, actually? Do you guys hire? I like your guys' shoes. Do they come with the job?
The shoes, not with the job. To answer that, the work, you got to go to the work. So, well, it comes with the job, but unfortunately,
it does come with the job?
We're not hiring.
You're not hiring.
We're not hiring for our
offered.
role, unfortunately. You can go to the works, and they'll offer you employment. I believe it's still functioning, but I haven't been there in a little while.
I haven't been able to find anybody there in the past couple days, so maybe that's just a me problem, I guess. Would you mind escorting me, actually? Just out of this dangerous area with all the criminals. I wouldn't want to get hurt or anything, you know?
That's more than fine. He calls one up and he goes, can you take her back to the works area and see if you can find somebody to assign her a role or get her situated?
Seems like the captain, the head of this little group.
I'd say it's another pod of 3, and out of the pod of 3, the one that's talking to you directly is the one that's kind of sending, kind of giving orders, but he doesn't have shiny moccasins. They're just normal moccasins.
Aw, damn it. Yeah. Eliana sees that he seems to be the one, organizing them and can see that he's taking the most charge. So she looks at him and she goes, well, actually, I was hoping that you would escort me. Personally.
Yeah, he has no visible reaction. He's just, that's fine. Are you okay? You seem something in your hair?
I was flirting with you.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, would you like to escort me?
I will take you to the works. Let's see if we can go get you a role. Yep.
Thank you so much.
More than fine. And he's just very focused on the job at hand as you're twirling your hair. He's so anyway, let's keep going. It's probably the quickest path if we just follow these the cobblestone and take us all the way back.
While they're walking, she's going to try to chat him up and distract him and get him to walk past where everything else is going on so she can try and see if she can see Riven.
Okay. We're gonna hold you off right there, Eliana. Ash, where are you following? It's Synth Phelan. You're are you tailing the group that's moving down the alleyway? Okay.
Yeah. I'm tailing the group moving down the alleyway. I'm using as much cover as I can as I sneak from bit to bit, just keeping them within eyesight, but maybe not within view unless they slow down. You know what I mean? Not watching the whole group, just keeping the tail end of it within sights. Hoping that because the streets are empty and it's nice and quiet, I can hopefully hear them.
I would say, you can hear them pretty well. They're sandwiched in between what seems to be two, two-story houses. And, in between, you hear them kind of Captain, I think there's a cellar to this place. It sounds like you might be down there, but we, at least for the moment, we don't have sight. And
can I see what building they're talking about?
I would say, based on the conversation and the way they're faced right now, it seems like the right building from like where you're staring directly right now.
Can I see any open windows or a balcony or anything that's like out of view, the other side of where they are?
I would say
we're talking about the basement, but I want to go high.
I would say, like, roughly looking at the building, you do see some like hollow signs kind of around that almost like give you the idea that there's like a window. I'd say there's probably one. You're not looking at the like very front of it, but as you kind of slowly make your way around, there is like one kind of like open window, and then I would say probably like another like window a little bit lower. The buildings aren't always symmetrical; they're kind of just sporadic.
Yeah. So does it look like I could get into the building that they're talking about with that open window if I, say, could fly?
I would say, yeah, there's a possibility that you could get through without them seeing you. It's on the direct other side of where they're at right now.
Cool. I would like to do that. I would like to use my... what is it called? My elemental gift. And I will cast... I don't know if it's casting, or I just gain the action to fly. 30 feet. Lasts for 10 minutes.
Okay.
And I would like to float my way up to the window and break into the house that he's hopefully hiding in.
As easy enough as you kind of like go through the window, it's pretty like, it's a building that doesn't really have definition to it. So like the window is just kind of open. It's just like a slat almost.
Nice.
Yeah. You get into the top floor, and the top floor just seems like there's sheets over a lot of stuff. The building itself seems pretty empty. You can kind of see like the hollow flashlights or like lights that you're seeing like go through some of the like openings in the doors and windows on the other side, but there's nobody in the building that you could see at the moment on the floor that you're on right now.
Yeah. Can I see stairs going down, or is it like a door to go to a staircase, or?
For visual purposes, I would say just on the other side, there does seem to be a stairway that goes down. The floor is very empty. It seems like it might have been like a suite or something.
Okay. I would like to try and find my way down to where they were saying he was, checking each floor quietly, but pretty quickly, because I know that they're there. I don't know if they're going to just break in, and so I would like to do that and be quiet about it. And actually, I'll hover. I've got 10 minutes of hovering, so I make no sound as I just like ghost, just like ooh, through this fucking place. Yes. My feet don't touch the ground as I hover down the stairs.
Haunt this whole place.
Exactly.
I'd say at the as you kind of like go through and make your way like slowly down the stairs.
Wait. Why did I just get this random thought that I had Riven sign my book? Was it? No, it was someone else. Was it Riven? No, it wasn't.
I don't think so.
It was the guy that we exiled.
It was the guy that... It was Flo.
It was Flo.
Yeah. I was just like, no, I remember someone weird, but yeah, thank you. Thanks for that.
Give me just 1 second. Just to make sure something fails.
I'm so quiet right now. And I have dark vision, so I'm okay-ish.
Down at the bottom of the stairs, leaned up against the wall with what seems to be like a hollow like dagger kind of sticking out of his arm and blood kind of falling, you see his Riven is like leaned up against the wall holding it, like panting, and you see like there's more wounds down by his legs. Who are you?
What? Who am I?
You're a peasant right now.
Oh, wait, shit. And I will undo the disguise self. I'm so sorry.
Ash,
I thought you were there for the dress-ups, but you left before that? I can't remember.
I mean, everybody kind of put on their own costumes and whatnot.
Yeah. No, wait, I was wearing a different face on top of this one, so never mind.
The floating gave it away for sure.
Yeah, that's true. The ghost. Ooh.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Me too in a second.
How you doing? There's some Phelan are following you. Why did you leave?
Well, I thought I knew where the group of you were going, and I was trying my best to get attention off the gate. There's a chance, I'm not saying that the passes won't work, but there's a chance that my cover was blown. I didn't want to say it, but it could have been blown at the manor, and I didn't, or the gala area, and I didn't want the group of you to have. I wanted 100% chance that you could get through.
Can I do an insight check on him right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
13.
13. He's very injured right now. He is like as sincere as he could possibly be. He looks at you and just goes, "The group of you were very kind to me when I was in the bed, and it's the least I could do to help you do what you need to do."
Yeah, that's good and well, but you've gotten yourself in trouble now, haven't you? We should probably leave, yes?
I mean, that would be swell. I would be more than fine with that, to be honest, if we could get out of here.
Alright, I'm gonna, write in the book to Rotmire and say, have Riven, what the plan?
As you write the book to Rotmire, the page flips to another page. It's the same book that you write in right now, right?
Yeah.
And it just says, "What if it was like the apartments?" ? And there's a little smiley face on it. And before we finish that part, we're going to go back really quickly to Dante and Rotmire following through the alleyway.
Rotmire is coming with me? I thought it was just me running out the door.
I know you were ahead. Rotmire, where were you staying right now?
I was. You're not going stealthy, are you, Dante?
I mean, I'm gonna start stealthy. That's how, as that book so accurately put it, that's how the apartment started, until I find something that I can smack the shit out of.
Oh, gosh.
So right now, basically, if you, peek through the door, see what Dante is doing, he runs towards the sound, and then as soon as he gets into the shadow of a building, he is sticking to that shadow. His pace becomes level and more level-footed, and he becomes a lot quieter as he begins slinking to where he assumes Ash went.
I am going to... I will keep an eye on you from a bit further back, as long as you're still within eyesight of the clinic. As soon as you disappear from the clinic, I will maybe tail you, assuming that there's no other patrols.
There's one hell of a conga line that's happening.
Yep. I don't want to split the party into 4 separate groups.
It's okay. If everything goes poorly, I'll be with Ash pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Fine. She's gonna be back in the clinic in a minute, and you guys are gonna be gone, and she's gonna be like, "Where do y'all go?"
Yeah, you know what? I'll stay here. I'm gonna stay here for now.
No,
I think before you left, though, I was like, if something happens, just make a big noise and I'll come running.
Something happens, I'll be fine. Rolled a 21 stealth for my first check if I need to make multiple, but I'm following where I presume Ash has went.
How close are you getting to the group of Synthalen that are ahead in the alleyway?
Are they staying at one spot?
There's 2 buildings that they're focused on the most right now. One of a group of them are getting ready to see what you seem to siege, a cellar door. The other ones are starting to make their way around the left side of the building. Of the left building. I apologize.
Okay. As I'm doing, I'm gonna stay within eyesight of the group that's looking through the cellar door. I have not seen Ash make a move yet, and as such, do not need to make a move myself. I will be... Look, Billy, I'm a level with you. I can cover, as a bonus action, 80 feet. I'm okay right now. That is without dashing. It is just what I do. So I am hanging out. I'm seeing, and the second I see Ash make a move that requires them looking in another direction, I am ready to cause issues. And if that doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen. Because I trust my sister.
Did Dante see me fly up to the window?
I would say he headed out in your direction. I would say because of the cover of night, I don't think he would directly see you going like up and through. I would see he'd probably see you go around the building.
All right. So I do know which building to focus on, at the very least, and I know what her spells look like. So if any of that happens, or I hear her, because I'm straining to hear her as well, then I will move to action. But otherwise, I'm staying that calm, cool, and collected 80 feet away.
Right. Porting back over. Eliana, as you're talking to the guard right now, the guard says, "Look, they're just moccasins. There's nothing extremely fancy about them."
But they're so cute! And they look adorable on you, if I do say so myself.
Is this that flirting thing that you were saying again?
Do you, Synthalen, not flirt?
I mean,
or is it just you yourself does not flirt?
Some of us do. I haven't really had a chance to get outside of, kind of my patrol area, so I'm not really used to this, I guess.
Oh, well, are you interested? And she's looking around a little bit.
He just seems very, he's like, interested in, what?
Well, why have you chosen to say yes to escorting me personally?
Because you could be a victim of a violent crime around here. I'm doing my best to make sure everybody...
I love a hero! And she, leans a little bit on him, to, look behind him. Do they have, an earpiece or anything that, transmits to them what's going on? Do they have walkie-talkies, basically?
That is a great question. I'm trying to remember back to the apartments. I believe that some of them had sending. I believe they used the same technology that we had for other people. I think it was sending stones. And I could be wrong. I'm gonna go back and re-reference my episode later because now I'm actually damn, did I think of that? No, but I believe they had sending stones that they all used with each other.
Heard.
Yep.
She's does she see it on his person?
I'll say a quick scan over, you don't see a sending stone on this person at the moment.
Heard. She's leaning, looking, glancing, looking behind him. Oh well, it's okay if you're not. I appreciate you escorting a young lady like myself.
Yeah, no, I mean, are you having trouble walking? You're leaning towards me a little bit.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's that flirting thing again, but it's okay that you don't understand it. Oh, but I do have to wonder, do you happen to know what all the ruckus was before I made all my ruckus? It sent me twisting and turning down these roads and alleys.
Yeah, there was, and it's why I wanted to make sure that you got back safe, was there was an individual that ran up to our gates that separates the Lumina Quarter and attacked one of our guards and ran off into the alleyways, so...
Oh my gosh, are you okay? It wasn't you, was it?
No, I'm safe. One of our guards were injured, but they took him back to one of the outposts.
Okay, the guard or the criminal?
The guard. The criminal we're on the hunt for right now.
Well, isn't that just the bravest thing that you could possibly do? Do you mind showing me where this happened, so I don't. That seems like a very dangerous area. I just want to make sure I stay away from it.
I'm definitely gonna need like a fucking deception check at. Oof. I'd say you talk to him long enough and build enough rapport that I'm not gonna disadvantage it.
Could I argue that this is a character that she's putting on? Could I argue for a performance?
You can argue for a performance. I think that's fine.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God. 17, because I have an 11 for performance. 17.
17. He goes, look, I don't know if this is also part of the flirting or whatever, you know.
You want it to be?
Do I want it to be? I don't. Just.
I'm sorry. You still don't get it. It's okay. Go ahead. Keep going, doll.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I can take you there if you're interested, but we have to stick to the cobblestone path and stay away from the areas that we're doing the hunt through right now, if that's fine.
Yes, of course. I just, I know you said that you aren't accepting applications, but I think that I could maybe, find a way to get an application. Maybe we could work together so you could consider it on-the-job training.
I don't remember the last time I've trained anybody. So, I mean, I don't really do the recruiting for the Peacekeepers.
It's just another flirting thing. You don't get it.
Oh.
It's okay.
Right back at you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, if we want to make our way there, that sounds good.
Yes.
All right. Please stick to the lighted path, though, and don't veer off.
I'll stay right by your side. Do not worry.
Understandable. And he starts making his way back towards the entrance, where you guys kind of like. I'd say where all the guards were at initially, but now the area is pretty empty. As Eliana, you make your way back. We're gonna cut over. I'm gonna jump around all episode. I'm having a fucking blast here, and all you guys doing your little things. Ash, kicking back to your side. Riven is sitting there with still spear and chest and wounds.
You absolute dickhead. How did you think you were gonna cause a distraction and not tell us about it? That the distraction was for us. We could have made it through the gate. Instead, we're here saving you. You ready to go?
Well, I didn't ask anybody to come save me. I was hoping that
you didn't tell us that we needed to go through the gate.
Well, I could only assume that you were going to go through the gate. And
No. We have a fancy for you. We like you. I think the planar guard think that you're like some sort of traitor, so we want to fix that.
Oh, what? No,
Yeah.
That's not the case at all. I just knew...
We should go, though. Like, we can have this conversation later, and I'm hoping that Rotmeyer has responded.
Oh, yeah, I think Rotmeyer would have returned, yeah, they, Captain said to make sure he was not made. Might not be safe for him here.
Oh, I was like, the first part, excellent, we're going to the clinic, but if not, then I'm not sure now. Where, do I know any of the buildings close by, within 500 feet, say?
I would say... you guys are playing
Eliana's apartment close by?
Eliana's apartment is not close by. It is definitely gapped from you guys.
That's what I was thinking, too.
Yeah.
Or that direction. Like, how far is Eliana's apartment from us? Like, if I got us very close, we could run the rest of the way?
Eliana's apartment is separated by almost half of the entirety of the lower quarter that you're on right now. It is closer to, like, never eat sour watermelon. The west side, the very far west side, as you guys are, like, almost on the north point.
Okay. Do we know anywhere else? I don't think we've been anywhere else.
There is
the sewers.
You don't even remember where the sewers are at right now, specifically. Yeah. Please fucking don't go to the sewers. I'm kidding. You can go wherever you need to go.
Go to the graveyard.
Okay. You could
No.
I'll cry my eyes out. I don't have the map open. But you technically could go through the sewers if you wanted to. You also could, there's, the direction of the Tipsy Trader, but you don't know what building it is. You just know the general vicinity based on what Rotmeyer said earlier.
That'll be people.
There will be people.
More people. Yeah.
There just seems to be a lot of empty buildings in between, and then there's kind of like a manor that's a little bit more stoic and taller, that's a little bit more north from technically, you're in a weird direction right now, so technically it's west of you.
Okay.
I mean, we could take our chances with the Planar Vanguard again. Hope that they don't kill him.
I'm thinking he also needs medical attention. So, I know that there's medical supplies there.
Ow.
Mhm.
And we can always get him out after that, because we would just need to hide him for an hour. I think that's the best plan. So I write back saying, sorry, coming back. And I'm going to dimension door us back to the clinic.
As you...
I hope you have enough spell slots for tonight.
I'll need an hour rest, but yes, hopefully.
He holds his arm as you pull him through the dimension door. At the same time, Ash, you hear a wild kick through what seems to be the entrance to the building that you're in right now. As the both of you pull through, I will say, Rotmeyer, you heard everything. Did Dante hear the same stuff? Was everything translated through the book to everyone, or was it just a Rotmeyer?
Yeah, I sent a group text.
Okay.
Except to Flo.
It's I'm ready to just roll a wisdom saving throw to see if I'm going to charge in and not wait for Ash to do anything.
Yeah.
Cause issues.
I'll send a message to Eliana and Dante that says back in the clinic.
I will say, Eliana, based on where you're at currently, as you're kind of walking back, the guards are still entering buildings and kind of making their way through, so the threat is not over. You guys, Ash, you're back into the clinic, but the guards are still making their way through every area around to try to figure out where Riven possibly is gone. So I'm going to say at this point, Eliana, we're going to kick it back to you as you're walking and you guys make your way back to the where the scene of the crime was, which is the big entrance to the gate. There are no peacekeepers near the gate. They're all kind of scattered amongst, but you do see them kind of walking through some of the buildings and through the lighted path here and there.
Okay, this is stupid, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Eliana goes, "Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! The visions, they're coming!" And she falls to the ground.
Yes.
Yes. The vapors.
This
The
must be
psychic
close
vapors.
to where the criminal was. Am I correct?
Fucking, you need to roll me a performance check.
24.
Can you know what? Because I'm fucking here for this. Can you describe to me what one of the visions are of the killer? As he goes, yeah, this is where the attack took place. What do you mean the visions?
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I should have told you. They're just so overwhelming. And I thought you were so cute. I didn't want to throw you off, but oh my gosh, the visions. I see off in the distance, it's flashing. There's these faces that I've seen before. I think maybe on the billboards, and there's this man, and she starts describing Riven.
I need another performance check as you're for the facts that are coming out, to keep this aligned right now. He is half buying it and still just what in the world is going on?
23.
What a man.
That's the attacker.
Oh my gosh, it looks like he's running with the two from the sky billboards towards the west end of the walls.
you see him like kind of look back, and he motions towards two of the people that are kind of walking out of the building, and he goes, "Look, the Warforged and the Unemployed Singer, I believe, are that way. We need to go now, get our stuff together, and go." And you see is like they kind of like get together and like talk for a moment. He goes, "Do you still need me here with you right now?"
No, it's okay. My visions will keep me safe.
"Please wait here. Do not move. I'll be back as soon as possible."
Oh, I'll wait as long as it takes for you.
Once we get that retired singer.
"Thank you for the flirting." And he goes with the group. Him and the group just immediately, like, you see some of the guards kind of running out as you pass the DC 21 check each time. So as they both make their way kind of going through, you see as like a few of the guards kind of start exiting the building and start like heading towards the Tipsy Trader area. So a lot of them start making their way through.
Shout out to plus 11 on performance checks, dog. Eliana, as soon as he is out of her sight, she's gonna stand up, dust herself off, and walk into the clinic.
Okay. Dante, you're still technically out there. Are you going right back, or are you staying out there?
I have gotten my message from Ash, and so as I see the crash and they enter in the building where I know my sister is no longer, I just breathe out for a moment, nod to myself, and then carefully make my way back to the clinic.
As you make your way in, Ash, where are you dimension dooring at in the clinic? This matters.
Into like the medical room, away from the front doors, where I'm guessing Rotmeyer is, because that's like away from the doors. That's like the most public area.
I assume you would have like coordinated that, like that you're coming in hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be in the medical room also, and as soon as they appear, I'm gonna cure wounds on Riven.
As he is holding the spear in his arm, and you're using cure wounds. Dante, Eliana, I'd say you both like quickly slip into the clinic as the group of you all make it back to the infirmary.
I want to try and talk to the captain before he...
She is stopped. She is making her way directly over to the infirmary right now. You can cut her off.
I don't want to cut her off, but I just want to be like, I found Riven. He was trying to help the plan. I just want you to know that as you're entering the room.
Help the plan? I don't see how he was helping the plan. I see how he went out there and did whatever he did.
Yes, and you can see by the giant spear poking out of his chest that he has learned his lesson.
It's kind of in the arm and chest area. It's not fully in the chest, but if it helps. Nothing from you. Look, I don't want to go into the semantics of the whole situation. We will deal with Riven on our own. I promise you we're not going to beat him up or whatever you think we do here, but...
No, you're alright. I never said that. It's very suspicious of you.
It's a look that I've gotten from most of you as you entered this building, but...
You seem very active. I feel like you just need a few more breaths, but I guess you're going through something that's quite stressful. I would never be able to do what you do, so...
Thank you. Look...
I'll roll a persuasion check if you want me to make her believe me.
You guys were going back and forth last episode, so she's kind of like on like a small edge of like, are we cool?
I don't know if you've ever been in a family where you fight with someone and you never apologize. You just wait until things calm down and then you pretend like it never happened.
Yeah, I'm Asian. I know.
Exactly. You know what that's like.
She chimes in and she goes, "Oh, like my fucking sister. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. Apologies."
Yes.
Look, I'm not trying to be stressed out about the situation, but that's correct. We don't have a lot of time, and whatever Riven, it's well-meaning.
Whatever Riven technically did cause a huge distraction.
You're correct. I'm not reprimanding him for this. I'm saying that right now there's a hole in the wall that I believe the group of you can quickly get through if needed. So
let's go.
She moves out of the way.
It was a little bit clumsy, but it did the job.
fine. Go. Get whatever you need to get done, and please remember the requests I made.
We'll get it done.
What were the requests?
Find out where
gonna
they lay
yes,
their
so
head.
the heroes.
Kill
Yeah,
the
get Riven's
Horn
stuff
Man.
back
yeah.
guy.
Get Riven's stuff back.
Riven's stuff back.
Yeah.
and kill
Beautiful.
the dude. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to
Nice.
recover his collectible cards that they stole from him.
His Exodia
His
cards.
lunch money.
Yeah. Now, how long until the gala, or is it started?
We still got a few hours, right?
You still got a few hours, yeah.
Okay,
Perfect.
okay. So
Perfect.
I could take an hour
I would breathe much easier if we rushed through the gate now and then.
If we get to the
Right.
gate,
and then
have-
breathed. Okay, yeah. Rush
just
through
need
the
to
gate
be
now
around?
and breathe now.
Yeah.
But I can do it. I can do it after.
I can
Yeah.
I can just play a song and you'll get a short rest.
Ooh,
it's fucking fantastic.
hell yeah.
Oh my god! Yes, do that just in case. Because I was actually thinking I could cut like through the hole in the wall. I could cast invisibility on us.
Sick.
Well, let's see
If
what
we
the
wait an hour
situation
before.
at the gate is.
Mhm.
Sick.
All right.
Let's find
Okay,
this hole
let's do
in
that.
the wall.
Before we leave, Eliana runs up to Riven, flicks him in the forehead, and goes, "Don't do that again," and then goes back.
Do
me.
what? It's in my chest!
that doesn't hurt
He
nearly as
pulls
much.
here.
Okay. And he just, like, lets you go again. He goes to get up, and then you see the captain just shove him back down. The group of you guys head towards the front.
I hope that spear stays this way forever. It's always there.
It's just there now.
I healed it
Remember,
around it.
Yeah, we
don't
can't
know
take it out. You accidentally healed it with it still in there, so now it's
Yeah.
just a part of him.
Why
Just a
would,
bunch of skin over the spear.
why would you cure wounds around a weapon that's in my arm? And Steve is still holding it. As you
I
guys...
never said I was a good cleric.
How?
It's a clever hole.
You guys make your way as the doors open. I will need just an idea of how you guys are trying to get like through. Everybody is like moving. There's still sparsely like a few peacekeepers kind of making their way around, but it is a straight shot from the clinic to basically the opening in the wall.
Probably don't want to go straight there, right? Maybe zigzag a
Maybe
little
we'll do a
bit.
zigzag. Yeah, do
Whatever.
a little zigzaggies.
Whatever keeps us to the shadows the most is the way to go.
Yeah.
The rest of us can cover Rob.
also,
maybe if-
Eliana's gonna tell her where she sent. Tell everybody where she sent the other guards, so that we don't go anywhere near that direction.
Well, don't
I don't
go
think we're
to-
heading in that direction in any way.
No.
Hey guys, I have a sudden need to head due west.
I can only
In
piss
my
in the
bones,
west.
I want
Only
to
piss in
go
the western
the
district.
western edge of the wall.
We have to. All right, but yeah, keep to the shadows. Keep Rotmeyer making less footsteps on the ground, and then we
I'm-
take advantage of that hole.
I'm gonna
Walk
save up
around
for
moving
a set of
around.
moccasins of elven kind or something.
I will say everybody just roll me a flat stealth check.
Oh god.
Flat and stealth.
Oh man.
Uh-oh.
Well, I always have
Uh-oh.
disadvantage on stealth, so no help in that.
that.
Momentarily,
And-
while everybody is listening on stream, just dropped in the chat as well. We didn't announce it. We briefly announced it on social media, but we did make sure last week we really pushed it. We are having a giveaway for an Into the AM $25 gift card today, so please, now is your chance to enter code word Ribbon Spear to enter in for an Into the AM $25 drawing. So if you can do that, and by the end of the episode, we will do the drawing. So
I love that.
Get cool stuff.
That's great.
All right. Give me those stealth checks.
30-20.
And
15.
Okay. As the group of you are making your way, kind of like pressed up against the wall, I would say, like, or pressed up like out of the spotlight, kind of like making your way, zigzagging. I would say the group of you slowly make your way into the back where the opening is kind of like pressed just enough. There is one peacekeeper. He is like a little bit more focused on the outer like exterior right now, still kind of tracking Riven. So Thankfully, everybody passed the DC that he is still facing forward as the group of you make your way in between the opening. You guys are in the Lumina Quarter, technically. So, as you guys all make your way in...
Let's save here. Let's quickly save here so we can reload if we need to.
God, I've been in this entire
I
time.
was like, my brain was like, yeah, that's how this works.
I would love to have that as a mechanic. Just you have 3 quick loads if you want throughout the campaign.
What a beautiful one-shot idea.
It's a good one.
Next episode for sure.
I'm playing a lot of video games at the moment where you have to save before anything.
All right, gang. As you guys all enter the Lumina Quarter, you do see far off in the distance. Let me give a very small description very quickly. Oh boy. You do see what seems to be like this big, kind of like bigger, like manor-esque building that's just a little bit past what seems to be like a big mushroom, the Flora and Fauna Museum, assumably. On the other side of it, you do see like big lights kind of coming off. It's being clouded by the wall and like the clouds above it, but you do see spotlights kind of coming from the front, so you have an idea that that's where the event's being held. Before the group of you have a chance to go any further, we are going to stop right here as we pick up next episode to see what happens at the Silver Veil Gala. Before we get a chance to do anything else, and before we raid, I think, and if everybody is cool with it, because we had to kind of rush into tonight's episode. What if we did the giveaway next episode for everybody?
Let's say
since
give
we
as
have
many
everybody
people a
back.
chance as possible.
Yes, because it was kind of last minute, and I do feel bad about that. So let's give a little push, and you know what? I'll throw in something cool to sweeten the pot. So next episode, Into the AM, $25 gift card, and fun little cool thing from Tails. Tune in, and we will do something awesome. So stick around for 317. And we have it's going to be a great episode next episode. So we have a lot of fun little things planned. So, all right. Well, stick around for a raid. Haley, if you could find somebody awesome for us to raid, that would be super cool. And as for the rest of you, hope you guys had a good episode tonight. It was fantastic. So, lots of fun planning and a very quick improv for everything we did.
Very hectic.
Steve streaming.
Steve,
Go for
let's
it.
go.
100%.
I'm sending it to you now.
Got it.
Oh, you got it?
Well, no, like, if you could send
Okay.
that would be great.
Very
No, it's alright.
Okay. Bam, and... Alright, stick in as we go. But, I think there's one more thing to mention. Oh yeah. Are you all ready for more tales?
Always!
Rock on, people. Join us as we raid! Let's go!